You know what's crazy? While everyone's arguing about whether AI will take their jobs, OpenAI just quietly confirmed something that changes the entire game. GPT-5 is coming this summer, and it's nothing like what you expect. Sam Altman dropped this bombshell on their official podcast last week, but here's what nobody's talking about. They burned through $1 billion on failed experiments before figuring out the secret. Yeah, you heard that right. Two separate $500 million training runs that completely failed. And that failure? It might be the best thing that ever happened to AI. See, everyone thought making AI smarter meant feeding it more data, more internet, bigger models, more parameters. But then something wild happened. We ran out of internet. Ilya Sutskever, their former chief scientist, put it perfectly. We have but one internet. Think about that for a second. The entire sum of human knowledge online, and it's not enough. So OpenAI did something nobody expected. They stopped trying to make it bigger and started making it think differently. Instead of one massive brain, they built two that work together. One thinks fast, one thinks deep. It's like having both your gut instinct and your analytical mind working in perfect harmony. Right now, you're stuck juggling different AI models, GPT-4 for writing, Claude for coding, o1 for complex math. It's exhausting. GPT-5 changes all that. One model that does everything. Sam Altman calls it magic unified intelligence, and after digging into the details, I get why. The money behind this is absolutely insane. SoftBank just invested $30 billion. That's billion with a B, making OpenAI worth $300 billion. Only SpaceX is worth more as a private company. But here's the kicker. That $30 billion becomes $20 billion if OpenAI doesn't restructure by December 31st, 2025. Plus, Elon Musk is suing them about it. The pressure is real. What makes this investment make sense? GPT-5 isn't just incrementally better, it's PhD-level intelligent across every field. Math, coding, science, business strategy, all at expert level. But the real game changer is memory. This thing actually remembers you, your conversations, your preferences, your projects. Over 1 million token context window means you can upload entire books, entire code bases, and it understands all of it at once. The multimodal capabilities are next level. It doesn't switch between understanding text, images, audio, and video. It processes them all together, seamlessly. Upload a video and ask about specific moments. Show it a diagram while explaining a concept. It gets everything in context, just like a human would. Right now, you're stuck juggling different AI models, GPT-4 for writing, Claude for coding, o1 for complex math. It's exhausting. GPT-5 changes all that. One model that does everything. Sam Altman calls it magic unified intelligence, and after digging into the details, I get why. The technical architecture is where things get really interesting. They're using something called mixture of experts. Basically, different parts of the model activate for different tasks. Super efficient, but nobody knows the exact parameter count. Estimates range from 3 to 50 trillion. The secrecy is intentional. They've got over 100 people from 29 countries testing it for safety, speaking 45 languages. After all the drama with previous releases, they're not taking chances. The new grounding mechanisms mean way fewer hallucinations. It double-checks itself constantly. The pricing strategy is clever. Free tier gets you basic GPT-5, $20 a month for the smart version. Pro tier coming for full power. API pricing looking at $3 to $5 per million input tokens, $12 to $20 for output. But here's the twist. Reasoning tasks bill by usage. The more it thinks, the more you pay. Like cloud computing for intelligence. Enterprise customers are looking at $30 to $50 per user monthly for advanced features. But that unlimited free tier? Smart move to get everyone hooked before they realize they need the paid features. The development drama behind this is Hollywood material. Microsoft expected something called Orion by mid-2024. Didn't happen. That morphed into GPT 4.5, which Altman now calls the last non-chain of thought model. Fortune magazine exposed the chaos, engineers panicking, costs spiraling, multiple failed training runs. They literally hired human experts to create new training data because the internet wasn't enough. They're even using their O1 model to generate synthetic training data for GPT-5. AI teaching AI. We're living in science fiction. The infrastructure requirements are staggering. $18 billion allocated just for computing power. Project Stargate needs 7,000 NVIDIA B100 chips. Each one costs more than a Ferrari. One training run uses as much electricity as a small city for a month. What really sets GPT-5 apart is how it thinks. System 1 for fast, intuitive responses. System 2 for slow, logical reasoning. It knows when to answer quickly and when to think deeply. 1,000-step reasoning chains that solve problems in seconds that would take humans hours. The Canvas feature they're building creates a visual workspace where you code, write, and create with AI watching and helping in real time. Add Sora integration for video generation, and you're looking at Hollywood-quality content from text prompts. For businesses, this changes everything. Customer service that actually understands context, content creation that maintains your brand voice, data analysis that doesn't just crunch numbers but develops strategy. The persistent memory means it learns and improves with every interaction. But there are risks. What if the unified intelligence approach creates a jack-of-all-trades, master of none? What if specialized models still beat it at specific tasks? OpenAI is betting everything that won't happen. The timeline is brutal. Summer 2025 means 3 to 4 months max. After all these delays, missing this deadline would be catastrophic. Stock market expectations, investor pressure, competition advancing daily. They're walking a tightrope. OpenAI needs $125 billion in revenue by 2029. That's their target. From $10 billion today to $125 billion. 12 times growth in 4 years. The entire AI industry is watching to see if they pull it off. Market dynamics are shifting fast. AI startups grabbed over half of all venture funding last quarter, $121 billion total. Everyone wants to be in on this gold rush, but Gartner says 30% of AI projects fail after proof of concept by end of 2025. Reality check. This stuff is hard. The technical leap from GPT-4 to GPT-5 is bigger than 3 to 4 was. Fundamental architecture changes, new ways of thinking, new ways of learning. If it works, OpenAI defines the next decade of AI. If it fails, the whole industry might crash. One thing's certain, AI development hit an inflection point. Old methods don't work, new approaches are risky, but the potential is absolutely massive. GPT-5 represents the biggest test yet. Can we actually build AGI, or are we hitting fundamental limits? Bottom line, GPT-5 isn't just another AI model. It's OpenAI's bet on the future of intelligence itself. One model to rule them all. No more confusion, no more switching between different AIs, just pure intelligence at your fingertips. For your business, start preparing now. This level of AI transforms everything. Winners move fast. The companies that adapt quickly will dominate. Those that wait will be left behind. What do you think? Is unified intelligence the future, or are we better off with specialized models? Summer 2025, we find out if OpenAI just changed the world or burned through $40 billion chasing a dream. Either way, it's going to be one hell of a show. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.